So you grew up around all that? Like that's like a fond memory for you as a kid? You were just seeing host strolls and shit like that?
Nah, what I was seeing was a whole lot of money making, and I wanted to grow up and be that and do just that. Our parents encouraged. I had great parents, great grandparents, uncles, everybody around me. Of course, even they was in a fast life, but they always encouraged us to go to school. They took us school shopping. They bought us books. We had everything we need. I chose to do what I wanted to do on my own behalf, on my own decision. It wasn't my household that made me go the way I went. It was my decision.
So the way you're talking now is making me feel like you were real deep in this pimping shit. When the other interviews that I listened to of you, you were like really trying to dip and dodge around acknowledging that.
Because you just had a pimping whole situation, man. So
and because I'm
the
realest
right
interviewer,
yeah,
so
man.
you got to come clean
like
with
I'm
me.
Talking to a pimp right now. You dig what I'm saying, Adam? You had all the pimps like this.
Well, a real pimp pimps his bottom bitch out, right?
I don't know. That's what I heard.
That's what I hear too. Yeah,
that's what I heard.
It's not for me, but
yeah, but salute you for that, man. I see you catching a lot of slack for that, man. That shit is not that big.
Yeah,
you know, salute you for doing that. You know,
appreciate
take
that.
a stand-up cat to do some shit like that, a real stand-up cat to do some shit like that. And,
I don't know if you're trolling me or not, but I agree.
Yeah. No, for real. To each his own. Man, look at me. You watch my interviews. I don't troll.
We in the porn world. To me, like it's a porn thing.
Exactly.
It's a business thing.
And I think it's just blew up because it's Adam.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's just because of you. But my boy Nano, he told me to tell you, I told him I was coming on here, and he said, ask Adam, do he know what chuckles is? It's like you watch your bitch get fucked, some shit like that.
Chuckles?
Yeah.
And you just sit there and have a laugh? You chuckle during it?
Yeah, he told me, like, man, ask Adam if he's a chuckle. I'm like, all right.
You mean a cuckold? He said chuckle.
Say it again.
Cuckold. Like Cuckold.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Shout out my boy Nano. He the one told me to ask you that shit.
That's good. I like the translation. Holy shit. So, all right, what was your first attempt at hustling though? Like in terms of just making money and doing your thing, did you have jobs or were you in the streets
I used to work
before?
at a car wash. No,
okay.
I had hella shit before I wanted to jump in the streets. So me working at a car wash and the car wash closed, it kind of played a big part of me wanting to hustle and shit. I used to work at this car wash on 34th and Pablo called WB Auto Detailing.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to make good money up there, good money washing cars. And something happened where it was closed for remodeling or something. Oh, no, my dad took me to Texas. And I was already used to having a couple of dollars just from working a car wash and doing a little mischievous shit, like little house break-ins and shit. And, yeah, so my dad took me to Texas, and I came back from Texas, and I just wanted money. So I just started, hustling.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
But I went legal first, though. I didn't just,
Yeah.
I tried to do the right thing about it.
Yeah, no, like a job is like the first hustle.
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
For some people.
Yeah, for some people.
I can't say that for
Unless
everybody.
you was in the 90s, like when people was really making tens and thousands a week selling dope, I for sure would have sold dope back then.
That was what like turned me into a hustler was selling shoes at Sears.
Right.
Because all of a sudden I got a job where I was on commission. So it's like I would have a week where I'd make a shitload of money because I worked my ass off, and then I'd have a week where I didn't make that much because I wasn't working hard, which is way different than working at the grocery store where I was getting $5.50 an hour no matter what happened.
Right.
So like during that, work was just like avoiding work. And then once I got used to the idea of like, oh, if I work harder, I'll make more money, that kind of turned me out.
I think if you work smarter, not harder, you make more money.
Yeah, and then you get to the point where it's like, oh, I don't want to just be grinding every fucking hour of the day. It's not worth it if you have to be working 18 hours a day,
Right. You said you were from Iowa?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire? What the fuck is New Hampshire?
It's right outside Boston.
Oh, okay.
All the way up there, northeast.
Right. So this was like a culture shock for you.
Moving out here? I lived in Brooklyn and Queens for like 7 years before I moved out here, so it was a gradual transition. And then I moved to like the worst parts of the Southern California area all the way up to like, living in a nice ass place now.
Okay, cool.
So, gradual transition.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah, appreciate it. So, okay, when did you, like, I don't know, where should we go from here? Because you were doing your thing out there, and then at a certain point, you start to get more into the culture and everything?
No. So what happened was I went to YA for some shit. I ended up getting out of YA. Boom. Back to the block, back to doing all that shit. But shout out Shady Nate, brother Shady Nate. I was in the car rapping with him one day, and Shady Nate was like, nigga, you dope, clean that shit up. I'm going to take you to the studio. Took me to the studio. I laid the track, and he played the track from my boy Jay Stalin. Shout out to Jay Stalin, Live Wire Record. You need to get Jay Stalin up here.
Let's do it.
Bay Area legend.
Yeah.
Nah, don't just say let's do it and look away.
Line it
like
up.
that.
Send me the
look
IG.
in my
Let's do it.
eyes and tell me, okay, let's do it.
Let's
Don't
do it.
just, let's do it and just look like, nah, fuck that. I read body language. I'm like a fucking profiler. I'm good at this.
No,
shit.
I listened to your T-Rel interview earlier, and I was just thinking, like, damn, he really thinks that we're not down to fuck with underground artists. I feel like, if anything, sometimes I feel like we interview artists who are like too small for the platform. I'm not against that at all. I feel like, if anything, I bring a lot of good shit out of smaller artists when they come on here.
You do, and I also told T-Rail, shout out to T-Rail. He the first one brought me on this platform.
Yeah.
Salute to T-Rail, smack everything they doing. But I also told him, at the time, I felt that No Jumper was stirring up a lot of shit, bro. A lot of shit.
Some things never change.
And I was saying that before all that shit happened. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I was just saying that because, I'm a fan of the show. I look at the shit. And then I was looking in the direction it's going. I'm like, damn, Adam kind of treading dangerous waters now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still here. You're definitely still here. I salute. But I was just looking like, damn, he just kind of like treading, like.
What a lot of people call being too mixy or too gossipy or causing beef or whatever, I call just like being good at podcasting. So the fact that people increasingly say that about me over the years, to me, is just like a very clear indication that I'm getting better at what I do.
Okay. Me, for example, right? I got a podcast, Lil Blood TV. My shit don't do half as good as y'all shit do, right? And but the guests I get is guests people can't pay to interview. And that's because they like, bro, like, I don't think when I'm sitting with you, Blood, I don't feel like I'm sitting with a culture vulture. I'm sitting with somebody who want me to say some incriminating shit so I can go to jail. Like, when I watch your shit, I get a good peace of mind. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people tell me that shit. Like, for example, they say my shit is not wrestling. My shit is more boxing than it is WWF. You get what I'm saying? So people like, they love this shit. And I'm not doing, like I said, I'm not doing half the numbers you're doing. I'm not looking for no viral moments. I'm not sitting no Blood down and asking no Blood about no Crips. I'm not doing none of that shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm just having a real player conversation. We chopping it up, this, that, and the other. I know some of the shit, if I worded it like clickbait, it'll go viral, but I'm not into that. You get what I'm saying? I just want pure, dope, raw and uncut, straight drop. You get what I'm saying? Drop a 9-pack and only bring back a zip type shit.